This is an interesting story, and I don't know if I did the right thing or the wrong thing, but at the end of the day, I absolutely feel I did the right thing. I was at TechCom working, and this guy walks in with two other guys. And I remember the one guy had this really thick beard, and they walked up to me, and I said, "Well, can I help you? Is there anything I can do for you?" And the guy with the big thick beard just stared at me, and I mean, he wasn't even staring at me; he was staring out into the distance. And the other guys were quiet, and I'm just standing there with just this uncomfortable silence going on. And I could tell these guys just weren't comprehending what I was saying. It's not that I was speaking English or they didn't, it just, I could just tell something was wrong. So I said, you know what, let me go get you another salesman. So I went and got another salesman. I got Tom Stevenson, who was a salesman with me. He had his office in the back and brought him out, and he took care of the guys. And, I went off doing my own thing. Well, I found out later that the guy with the beard was the keyboard player for the Grateful Dead, Brent Midland, and he came in for the band, and they were looking for some keyboard gear. And to make a long story short, Tom eventually sold him like these Kurzweil K250 racks and flight cases, and they actually got Tom to go out on tour with the Grateful Dead, and they wanted everything hooked up through MIDI, and they wanted to record all the performances with MIDI as well as audio. So Tom got this huge client because I just didn't want to deal with him. But I like to deal with people that can understand when I'm talking to them, and I could tell that these guys just weren't right. And I remember vividly, after we had done all this business with them, TechCom, they gave us some passes to their show to go backstage, and nobody wanted them. They just sat there. And I remember it was like a Saturday, and they said, "George, you can go to the show." I go, "No, I don't want to go." So sometimes it's a good idea to just pass on the client, even though it could turn out to be a huge client. It could be a lot of headaches. And Tom didn't seem to have a problem with it, and he did fine with them, and he made his money. So that's my Grateful Dead story.